Hi everyone, welcome to Timeline Tuesday. This week is going to be the energy of January 13th to January 19th. So I have a couple of astrology things to mention, but as your tarot reader, I will say that there may be something this week, you guys, that we're having to do earlier than what we usually do something, whether that's a few days earlier than what we plan to do something. We may have to do something a few weeks before, but maybe even a few hours earlier. Doing that may be significant this week, okay? Whatever that means for anyone out there, we may have to do something not only sooner than intended or usually done, but we may have to do it around people that we've never done it around before. We may feel watched or listened to by people, and we might have to get outside our comfort zone in order to get things done, okay? So besides that, I do want to mention January 17th this week. We have Venus going into Aquarius. In fact, there's going to be a lot of Aquarius energy coming up, and we currently have a lot of Capricorn energy. The last time I checked, we had at least 5 planets in Capricorn. So obviously, when we have a stellium in a sign like Capricorn, which is the 10th house of our universe, the universe is bringing our attention to our future endeavors, our future long-term goals of ambition, and the things that we'd like to achieve. So we do have Venus moving into Aquarius. Now, things are going to start moving into Aquarius was my point, from Capricorn, from that future energy that I just discussed. But as far as January 17, Venus Aquarius, I personally was born with Venus in Aquarius. Relationship wise, things could be getting a little bit strange or weird. It may require a bit of detachedness to understand from an enlightened, intelligent point of view. Now, resource wise, money can start coming from very strange, genius areas of life, right? We might have to start looking into technology or get kind of quirky with things. So perhaps we'll discuss that a little bit more in different videos. But we do have the Capricorn new moon this week, you guys. We're basically finishing up Capricorn season and starting Aquarius season in this timeline video. So Capricorn new moon, January 18th. That's going to be a time to set seeds that will surely grow for those of us who are going to put in the hard work, those of us who are willing to be dedicated and motivated, not just right now, but over the next 6 months until Cancer season, when we have a Capricorn full moon 6 months from now. So that is that. And then January 19th, January 20th, we'll be having Sun in Aquarius. So we'll be starting Aquarius season the next time we talk in a timeline video. I looked up and I see March 8th, March 9th, March 10th, and 11th as an important time period. That spring energy, that Pisces season energy. But I could definitely see, we are going to roll the dice later, so we'll talk about that later. So anyway, the oracle cards, we have lots of oracle cards to choose from, but I wanted to shift the energy up. I have used these oracle cards before. The end of March, I see 333, but the very last day of March could be important for someone too. And then that 333 energy, pay attention to numbers, synchronicities, messages, and things like that, like signs from nature, whether that be like an animal or a certain song, number, phrase. So anyway, let's start with the oracle cards, you guys. I want to start with the Indigo Angel Oracle card because it's been a really long time since I've used these oracle cards. And the bottom of the deck is acceptance. So that could be an important energy. I do see April 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and 8th, early Aries energy. And then this planet always reminds me of Mercury. So there could be something that we're having to mentally reflect on and accept. Mental acceptance could be important. So let's hone in and let a card fall out for this timeline Tuesday, which is January 13th to January 19th. Any messages for the collectives from our spirit guides, ancestors? Okay, so we have a card coming out, and it is a hidden card. So whenever that happens, it does mean that there could be some things that are kind of not all the way revealed yet at this point. So we could be feeling secretive, other people could be feeling secretive. The bottom of the deck is a physical outlet. So because of things being unknown, because of things being mysterious right now, we may need a physical outlet like dancing or another physical outlet, exercising in any way, meditation, yoga, Reiki, whatever that physical outlet is for you. You may need that this week, possibly because things are hidden or mysterious. So let's go ahead and reveal the card. Okay, so we have self-care. I see May 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 on the clock. And then I always notice in this card that this angel is drinking water, fresh water. So water intake is extremely important at this time. For me, I kind of struggle drinking water. So just keep that in mind, that our bodies really benefit from that. Our health could be important here. Okay, so let's see what page this card is on and we can read. So it's card 38 or page 38. So that could be an important number for someone out there. Like August 3rd could be important, March 8th. So it says, make sure that you're not giving to the point of creating lack in your own life. As an indigo, you feel compassion for the world because your divine mission. As a result, you sometimes become generous to a fault. You may not see this as a problem. However, this card is telling you that you must be aware of your own needs in life. Make sure that you're doing enough for yourself so that you don't suffer due to your generosity. Allow yourself to feel how great it is to have your needs met, and trust that those around you are guided by their angels to ensure that all their needs are taken care of too. You are here on earth to help, but you're not everyone's problem solver. The greatest gift you can give others is to ask their angels to awaken and guide them to their unique purpose. So as I was reading that, I was feeling a lot of Virgo energy. So the angel of self-care is important this week, you guys. And, you know, it talked a lot about not giving, and to the point where you're creating lack in your own life. So, you know, that's something that we all can benefit from hearing. Things need to be equal. They need to be balanced. Otherwise, we wind up pouring from an empty cup. So I know there's some compassion out there because of divine purpose. Some of us are quite literally here to heal others and help others, awaken others. But it said something about being generous to a fault. So you want to be careful of things that are not balanced in that way. Even if you don't see that as a problem. Okay, so be aware of your own needs in life. I loved how it talked about how good it is to have your needs met, trusting that other people, they are their own responsibility. Okay, so you're not everybody's problem solver. You can't be a people pleaser. The greatest gift you can give others is to ask their angels to awaken and guide them. So I love how straightforward that was. So self-care, that's going to hit everybody in a different way. The best self-care could be a physical outlet right now. I know this card, I see August 11th, 12th, 13th. For some of us, the best physical outlet, it would be like dancing or exercise, something physical. It's giving action. It's giving, look at your Mars placement in astrology to help. Maintain your childlike spirit is at the bottom of the deck. So we're going to switch to the Nature's Whisper deck now, which I did use at the very, very beginning of this Timeline Tuesday series. So I'm bringing this back because we've shifted seasons like several times, at least twice, since I started these in like May of 2025. So I haven't been doing this for quite a year. But, so it's been a while since I've used these specific cards. So let's see if we'll have one card come out that would be beneficial to hear between January 13th and January 19th. So I know the drinking of the water is extremely important. I drank some water before this reading. I usually try to have water around me during readings. It could be even related to the throat chakra. Okay, so we have potential gateway. All right, let's take a minute to look at this artwork because I see a lot of growth here. I see a lot of like, well, it says gateway. So like portals, cosmic energy. I see a white horse. It could be, this could be a unicorn, but it's giving strong oak tree, willow tree energy. So there's a potential gateway of self-care or physical outlet. That could be literal now that we have this gateway energy. I have be your best self always, and I'll be damned if there's not a seahorse on this picture. I see October 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That might be important. The beginning of October could be important, but seahorse energy here. This is very watery energy. Okay, be your best self always, card number 24. And then we have clear out the old. Okay, card number 5. So February 4th could be an important time period. May 2nd. Someone could be born on the 5th of a month. And then potential gateway was card 50, which is basically a 5 as well. So let's look at this artwork. There's a clock aspected in the back. So December's energy could be important. I don't know why the clock has 13, 14, 15. That might be military time. There's an owl here, a purple flower. There's a keyhole in the center of this person, which I really like because that's giving gateway. But we have to clear out the old. This is literal. I see dandelions. And there's a key opening up this woman's mind or this being's mind. So, oh, wow. And the longer I look, there's like faces popping out and different creatures and things like that. So let's go ahead and read from these cards, you guys. We'll read from Be Your Best Self Always, which is card number 24. Well, I thought it was page number 24. So let's see. What is this? Be your best self always. It's trying to find... Okay, so it's on page 41. All right, check in with yourself. How are you feeling at this moment? Are you being the person you aspire to be? Remember that you determine how you feel. You are constantly choosing to feel the way you feel, which is hard to hear, but it is a choice. Sometimes. It is understandable. We are all human, and there are times that we don't feel 100%. You drew this card to help you to remember the access. It helps you to remember to access the highest level of emotion now. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Do your utmost to achieve more, love more, and to be your best. Okay, so your best self. So this is starting to seem kind of like, you know how the first card we had was self-care, and then maybe physical outlet was a more detailed way of self-care. Now, clearing out the old is self-care. Okay, there's a potential gateway for this week. And then being your best self always. This is about being your best self, clearing out the old to be your best self, and to have self-care, self-love too, and then a physical outlet. So let's read from Be Your Best Self Always, or clear out the old. We just read from Be Your Best Self Always. So we're gonna clear out the old, and this could happen naturally, just like me just finding this page naturally. So whatever you are experiencing now is a creation that you have brought into existence from past thoughts and feelings. While in this moment it may have you caught up, you can let go and begin to dream of a new reality. Let go of the aspects of this creation that no longer serve you or have a purpose. Release what has gone wrong in the past. Release also any material possessions that do not serve the new dream you now want to create. Know that where you are now, you can create anew and begin again. So this is giving new moon in Capricorn, perhaps. Whatever you are experiencing now is a creation that you have brought into existence. That's a deep thought. Speaking of thoughts, it said past thoughts and feelings can be factors in what are being brought into existence. So while in this moment it may have you caught up, you can't let go and begin to dream a new reality. So yeah, that's giving Capricorn new moon energy for me. So that might be why there's like a potential gateway this week as well. So we'll call those our oracle cards. And now we'll read from the regular tarot, which I have over here, and then we will roll the dice. So let's see what tarot messages are for this week, January 13th to January 19th. Any messages And there is some sort of time-sensitive energy that I find important to mention. Just for me, as your tarot reader, I have an alarm that goes off around 11:11 every night. And I think when that happens, right now it's 11. So there's some sort of, maybe you forgot to do something. There's some sort of interruption. Maybe you feel like there's a time to do something. Capricorn rules time. So the time management and forgetfulness could be important this week as well. I see May 9, 10, 11, and 12. That could be Taurus energy, Taurus season, which is interesting because we do have Taurus coming out, the Hierophant card, and Leo energy. So Taurus, Leo coming out, some sort of confident commitment, traditional value, being grounded. Our resources, our self-value could be important. We may have to clear out the old in terms of old like gifts from exes or people from the past, or just old clothes that we can't fit anymore, like clearing out literal like resources, if that makes sense. Okay. So what was this card? Clear out the old and be your best self always. Okay. So there's some sort of confidence. Now, there could be some other woman. There could be a traditional value or commitment or marriage to mention here. November 3rd could be an important date as well. I see 11:03 on the clock. June 9th or June 10th could be important. So the Queen of Wands, if she's not a mistress, if she's not outside attractive friend, influence, platonic connection, then she's someone who is able to get something done. She's someone who is a natural born leader. So this could be a therapist, this could be a coach, this could be a mentor of some kind, a priest, okay? But it's traditional value, it's Taurus energy, okay? So let's see what else is coming up this week. There could be an important Taurus or Leo energy. Okay, so yeah, we definitely have Leo energy. This could be the energy of a child, someone who's childish. Something is expressed here. There's a newfound passion this week too. There could need to be some sort of creative element. And then we have the Four of Cups, Four of Pentacles. April 4th could be important. And I do see there's some things that we're going to have to let go of this week. And just at this point in the timeline, clearing out the old, self-care, physical outlet, potential gateway. So yeah, we're having to let go of missed opportunities, or we're having to let go of situations, whether this is jobs or family situations or whatever it might be. We're having to let go of those old timelines, okay? We may need to reflect. Something is expressed this week, and we were grounded before. This may shake things up. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause the video for a second to turn that alarm off. So yeah, this could be unexpected, or what I was saying is it may shake things up. The Hierophant is a very grounded, traditional card, okay? It's things that we traditionally value, things that we've committed to for quite some time. But this Page of Wands seems like it could be a fire sign this week, or a fire sign element where things are expressed. I see Cancer at the bottom of the deck too. So there could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. I see Taurus, I see Leo. Okay, so if this isn't creative energy, it is something that kind of sparks this week in terms of excitement. But we're not really sure how to feel about this person or this thing, or this could just be an energy that pops up this week too. Something new and exciting that needs to be sustained. It's like, it could be something that requires a little bit more attention. But we do have the Four of Cups right after this card, so it kind of makes me think that there's going to need to be some emotional reflection this week about this strange, sporadic, spontaneous, even though it's exciting, those of us who were kind of in deep reflection mode, we're kind of bored, hanging on to old missed opportunities, or there's something holding us back this week too that's contributing. Wasn't there a card earlier that said that we are the ones causing... like if we feel certain things, we're allowing ourselves to feel them, which was kind of like hard to hear or whatever. But yeah, there's some kind of creative something or another this week that for some reason we're not exactly sure if we want to, if we're just open emotionally for it. Let's just put it that way, okay? We could be holding on to something else, which is like stopping us from stepping into this new creative project or this accepting this offer. And it could even have something to do with our vehicles or where we're headed, obstacles in the way, whether we can see this or not. So very interesting vibes this week. Some of us just may be too stubborn to take action in this way. Or like I was saying earlier, we could just be holding on to someone or something else. And when we release this thing, we may become more available in other, we may become more confident, okay? And then the Four of Pentacles, it could be $400, $40, it could be $4,000. It's about saving money and holding on to the things that we value, but let's just be careful doing that excessively. Some of us, we want to do something, but we're not really sure if we have the resources to do it. So we might not have the $400 it requires to do this, or some of us, we may not have the $400, $4,000, $40 that it requires to do this. So we had to miss out on the opportunity. It could be that for some of us. Now, others of us with the Six of Wands, that's going with the Page of Wands. This could be a promotion. This could be being recognized for something at work or in a commitment. Some of us, we could literally get acknowledged or recognized. We could receive some kind of award. We're looking good, feeling good. People are seeing our achievements. That's that Capricorn energy too. So confidence is important, not necessarily arrogance. Okay, now we have the Knight of Wands. A lot of fire energy at this point. So this could be Sagittarius energy rushing forward. We do have the moon in Sagittarius currently around the January 13th and 14th, right before the new moon in Capricorn. So there could be like spontaneity that is important at this point in the timeline. We may have to go after something confidently all of the sudden, it is spontaneously, which may not feel super comfortable at this point while there's all this energy in Capricorn wanting to be planned out. But there is some quick passion kind of coming in here. Okay, I see Sagittarius, I see Leo, I see Taurus. Definitely some recognition this week, some celebrations. This could be birthday celebrations or work parties, lingering holiday parties. April 26, 25, 26, 27 could be important too. Let's get a couple more cards and then I'm going to close the reading out with the dice. So no wonder there's some physical energy to consider. Yeah, as I say that, the Ace of Wands comes out. So there's some sort of passion trying to come in the next few weeks. And earlier today, I was doing some reading on like the fire horse energy coming in February 17th and the last few days of this year, the snake. We're wrapping up the 2025 energy universal year 9, I think it was, and we're moving to 2026 energy. 6 plus 2 plus 2 is 10, and that's a 1 because 1 plus 0 is 1. So universal year 1. I see 6 1 1 6. So 16th, January 16th could be important this week, or June 1st, April 6th could have been April 6th maybe could have been important, but I'm reading this as January 6th. Okay, January 6th, June 1st. So there's something in the makes here in the works, because the bottom of the deck for this week is going to be the Three of Wands. And that for me is anticipation, calmly, hopefully. It's about what's going to arrive the next few weeks, the next few days. You can see it, you know it's coming. It might have even told you that it's on the way. Person, place, or thing. 555 on the clock as I say that. So this is that potential gateway. Intuition, we know that this is coming, okay? We might want to know more about this. We might spy or inquire more about this. And that's why we're a little on guard and we're experiencing challenge mentally. And that might be why it's important to take care of ourselves now and clear out the old now because of what's coming in the next few weeks. So end of January, beginning of February, I feel like there's a lot of passion this year, you guys, and it's trying to come in. We're getting inklings of it here at the top of January, but it's going to take, some of these things are happening in April. Some of these things are happening in June. Some of these things are happening in March. But either way, there's some very successful, passionate new beginnings. And it's going to have us all reflecting on what it is that we cannot hold on to any longer. This may be a habit. It could be something to do with ourselves or a lifestyle It could be a person or a job or a living environment for some of us, but it's going to require reflection emotionally. Some of us aren't really sure how to feel, but one thing that is extremely clear is what is exciting us right now. What is awakening our inner child? What feels passionate and, I don't know, freeing almost, because this is a free spirited energy after a really long time of planning everything and being stiff and rigid. This may be a person that comes along and gets somebody out of their feelings. Okay, there's some sort of very new, passionate spark. Now, I will say, this Aquarius unique, quirky energy that's coming in at the end of this week, it's going to affect our relationships. Someone may have an Aquarius 7th house. They could be a Leo rising. I do see unexpected energy taking place. I see the South Node being aspected, so maybe we're getting out of our comfort zones. There could be Libra Aquarius energy to consider here, but let's go ahead and roll the dice. I see August 12th and August 13th. That could be important. Okay, so Leo is definitely important. I see Aries, Taurus, and Virgo as well. So a Leo energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Leo energy in general for all of us could represent our children, our romantic lives, our expression of creativity, authenticity, romance, any of those things. It's creative outlets of passion and pleasure. And then the planet coming up is Neptune. So we have Neptune, Leo in the 2nd house, a little bit of the 1st and 3rd house too. So Gemini, Aries, Aquarius. So someone here may have a Leo 2nd house. That would mean that they are a Cancer rising, Cancer sun or moon. That would bring Leo into the 2nd house. So there's something here that we may need to express. It's interesting that the 2nd house is falling on the 4 of Pentacles. So money and finances is an extremely important thing when it comes to who we are as individuals. You know, what we do have, what we don't have, what we possess, what we don't possess. Self-value is a really important thing too. Communicating about these things. This can be mental as well, like being held back mentally, emotionally from doing something. There's a missed opportunity that's really going to bug somebody here. Okay, or someone here does not want to miss an opportunity in a few weeks. They know something is coming at the end of January. They want to be their best self. They want to look their best. They're preparing for it now. Something may be expressed this week, like, we're going here in a few weeks. Let's all get spray tans. Like, I'm not sure what this is, but we're looking for outfits where this could be travel as well. Okay. So the Neptune energy, though, on the Ace of Wands, there's a spiritual spark. Something here is like subconsciously sparked. October 8th, 9th, and 10th on the clock here. 2 things may have to end in order for something new to spark here. We are clearing out the old. Okay. And the outlet for this is going to be extremely physical. Okay. We're learning something new. We also feel the need to shield and protect ourselves from this, though, because of something we see this week or something that's expressed. So I don't know where things are headed from this point, but there is an opportunity for attention and recognition from someone of high status or authority. Something's expressed, and we're not really sure if we're going to accept certain offers this week. It really depends on the confidence levels and things. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at clear out the old, drink your water. Physical outlets would be very, very important. Be wise about what's growing intuitively right now. There is something here about intuition. Okay. Something here, like some of these sparks could be deceptive or like illusion-y. So just be careful, because you might not really be going where you think you're going in a few weeks, or maybe not, you're not aware of who all is going to be there, whatever. And then I don't want to forget to mention that in addition to this being a new passionate spark of excitement, this could also be sexual encounters, creative endeavors. It's the potential flame for something to ignite this week for those of us who let go. Okay, because I see Taurus energy here, stubbornly clinging to something, needing to save our money. Because we may need $40 to $400 to do something or to buy something in order to go to a certain place. Okay, so this is going to make sense to who it needs to make sense to, you guys. This timeline is a potential gateway to clear out the old, to step into a new self-care timeline with this new physical outlet. This is actually going to be a new passion. Someone here dances, they sing, they paint, they play an instrument, they run, they're an athlete. It's something very physical, or it could become physical. Okay, some of you guys have been envisioning this for years, and you're finally gaining the tools to make it physical. Like someone's getting their own salon, their own building to do a certain, like a warehouse or something. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening and watching. Sorry about the background distractions and loud noises, but all of that could be important. All of that could be omens. Okay, so I will talk to you guys next week.